The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Intro. Few paintings in the history of human civilization have captured the imagination quite like this one. Created by the Renaissance genius Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper is more than a work of art. It is a window into the human soul, a meditation on betrayal, faith, and the fragile bonds between people. Today, we're going to explore this masterpiece in depth, its composition, its symbolism, its technical innovations, and the extraordinary mind behind it. The artist. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in the small Tuscan town of Vinci, Italy, the illegitimate son of a Florentine notary and a peasant woman. From an early age, his intellectual curiosity was boundless. He was not merely a painter, he was a scientist, an engineer, an anatomist, a musician, and an inventor, arguably the most versatile genius who ever lived. He trained under the great Florentine artist Andrea del Verrocchio, and his talent quickly surpassed his masters. Leonardo worked for the most powerful patrons of his era, including Ludovico Sforza, the Duke of Milan, and it was under Sforza's commission that he would paint The Last Supper between approximately 1495 and 1498. Leonardo died in 1519 in Amboise, France, at the age of 67, reportedly in the arms of the French King Francis I. He left behind a legacy that still astonishes us 5 centuries later. The painting. Context. The Last Supper is not a traditional painting on canvas. It is a mural. Painted directly onto the wall of the refectory or dining hall of the convent of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan, Italy, where it still resides today. Rather than using the standard fresco technique, which requires painting onto wet plaster at great speed, Leonardo experimented with tempera and oil on a dry plaster surface. This gave him the freedom to work slowly, to revise and refine. But this choice came at a devastating cost. The painting began to deteriorate almost immediately and has required numerous restorations over the centuries. Composition and perspective. What strikes the eye first is the sheer mathematical precision of the composition. Leonardo uses one-point perspective masterfully. Every line in the architecture, the ceiling beams, the tapestries on the walls, converges to a single vanishing point, directly behind the head of Jesus Christ at the center of the scene. This is no accident. Christ is literally the focal point of the entire universe Leonardo has constructed. The 3 windows behind him form a kind of halo, framing his figure in natural light, while the landscape beyond suggests an infinite, peaceful world. The 13 figures, Jesus and his 12 apostles, are arranged in a single horizontal line, which was unusual for the era. Leonardo breaks the visual monotony by clustering them into groups of 3, creating a rhythmic, almost musical composition across the picture plane. The moment depicted. The scene captures a single electric moment described in the Gospel of John. The instant Jesus has just announced, "One of you will betray me." The reaction ripples outward from Christ like a shockwave. Each apostle responds with a distinct emotion: shock, denial, anger, grief, confusion. Leonardo was deeply interested in what he called the motions of the mind, the idea that inner emotional states must be visible in the body and the face. This painting is the supreme expression of that philosophy. Jesus himself sits in a posture of calm acceptance, his hands open on the table, a gesture of both offering and resignation. He knows what is coming. He has accepted it. Judas, Peter, and John. To Jesus' right, our left, we see 3 figures of particular interest: Peter, impulsive and fiery, leans forward with a knife in his hand, a foreshadowing of the moment in Gethsemane when he will cut off a soldier's ear. Beside him, the youngest apostle, John, appears to swoon in grief, his youthful face pale with sorrow. And then there is Judas, sitting on the same side as Peter and John, pulling back from the table, his face cast in shadow. He clutches a small bag, his 30 pieces of silver. Leonardo subtly isolates him from the others through posture and darkness, making him the painting's moral center of gravity. Legacy and cultural impact. The Last Supper has been reproduced, parodied, and reimagined more times than perhaps any other painting in history. From Andy Warhol's silk screens to pop culture references around the world. It inspired Dan Brown's best-selling novel, The Da Vinci Code, which introduced millions of new viewers to its mysteries. Despite centuries of deterioration and multiple restorations, the most recent completed in 1999, the painting retains an almost supernatural power. Standing before it in Milan, visitors consistently report a sense of profound stillness, as if time itself has paused. Outro. The Last Supper is ultimately a painting about a moment of rupture, the moment trust breaks and the world changes forever. That Leonardo could encode so much humanity, so much psychological complexity into a single composition on a refectory wall is a testament to why, 500 years later, we still call him a genius. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.